Hello and welcome back to Cowboys Insiders. Everybody, we truly appreciate each and every one of you tuning in from wherever you are around the world today. If you are a passionate Dallas Cowboys fans who lives and believes American team, then you are absolutely in the right place here on Cowboys Insiders. Here on Cowboys Insiders, we bring you the latest Dallas Cowboy news, a breaking news, a trade rumor, NFL draft coverage, and free agencies move. And also, we don't forget our players, analysis, and everything happening inside the organization on the Dallas Cowboy. Before we get started, make sure you hit that on subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an important Cowboys update throughout the off-season and upcoming NFL season in the National Football League. And to all of our loyal subscribers, thank you so much for incredible support you continue to show these Cowboys insiders. The Cowboys community keep growing stronger every day because of the fans that like this platform that related to the Cowboys insiders. Now the Cowboys nation, there is a lot of happening in the Dallas land now, from a major roster moves and exciting young rookies to a big expectation surrounding a Dak Prescott, a Micah Parsons, a CeeDee Lamb, and this rebuilt a Cowboys defense. The pressure is officially building as the team prepares for what could become one of the most important seasons in a recent franchise history. So the big question everyone is asking right now is simple. This question is that can the Cowboys finally turn all this talent or hype and off-season momentum into a really Super Bowl run? That's exactly what we are going to break down today. Go and so sit back, relax, and let's dive straight into the latest Dallas Cowboy news right here on Cowboys Insiders. The Dallas Cowboys are one of the most talked about teams in the entire of the NFL, and there is a massive amount of excitement, pressure, and uncertainty surrounding the franchise as they prepare for the 2026 NFL season. After years of disappointing playoff exit, inconsistent performances, and frustration from the fans who believe the team has unleashed dispute having a talented roster, the Cowboys are entering a new era that many people believe could completely reshape the future of the organization. Throughout this offseason, the Cowboys front office has been extremely active, making an important change in coaching, the NFL draft, a free agencies, and a roster development in the Cowboys insiders. Team owner Jerry Jones has once again made it clear that his expectations remain the same, bringing another Super Bowl championship back to the Dallas. The pressure inside the organization have never been higher because the Cowboys fans are tired of hearing promises every year without seeing a deep playoff success. One of the biggest stories surrounding the Dallas lineup is the complete rebuild and transformation of the defense during the previous season. The Cowboys struggled badly at the times on defense, especially against the late game situation where they failed to stop opposing offenses during a critical drives. Those defensive struggles become one of the most biggest reasons for the Cowboys failure to compete consistently against a narrowed team. So because of those problems, the Dallas made a several major coaching adjustments and brought in new defensive minds to reshape the identity of the team. So the coaches inside the organization reportedly want the Cowboys defense to become a faster, more aggressive, and more physically and far more unpredictable. The franchise believes that if the defense improves significantly, the entire team become can once again become become a faster and more aggressive and more physical, so far unpredictable. The center of that defensive rebuild continues to be Amika Parson, who remained the emotional leader and superstar of the Cowboys defense. Parsons is still considered one of the most dangerous defensive players in the football because of his explosiveness, speed, versatility, and the ability to completely change the games within a few plays. There are ongoing discussions about a massive new contract extension that could make him one of the highest paid defensive players in the entire NFL history. Cowboys fans view a Parsons as the face of the franchise and believe the future of the defense will evolve around him for many years. So for another huge sources of excitement for the Dallas fans, it comes during 2026 NFL Draft. Many analysts around the league praised the Cowboys for having one of the smartest and balanced drafts in the NFL, so their first major selection was a Caleb Down, a highly talented safety whom many experts believed was one of the best defensive players available in the entire of NFL draft this year of 2026 class. Downs has already impressed coaches with his football intelligence, athleticism, awareness, tackling ability, and leadership qualities despite being a rookie. Inside the organization led by the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, there is a growing belief that he could immediately become one of the most impactful young players on the defense. So the Cowboys also selected Malachi Lawrence, an explosive edge rusher with innate speed and pass rushing ability. The Dallas believes Lawrence can become a major weapon alongside Amika Parsons, creating one of the fastest and most dangerous pass rushing combinations in the NFL. So the coaches are reportedly extremely excited about his athleticism and his potential to create a pressure against opposing quarterbacks. Another rookie generating attention is Devin Moore, a talented cornerback who brings a strong athletic ability and versatility to the secondary. The Dallas struggled with injuries and inconsistency in the defensive backfield over the last few seasons, so the organization hope Amor can help to stabilize that area. Everton was also added to strengthen the defensive line and improve the Cowboys' physical presence in the trenches. On the offensive side of the ball, all eyes remain focused on a Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott continues to be one of the most debated quarterbacks in the football, so some fans strongly believe he is capable of leading the Cowboys deep into the playoffs if he has the right support around him. While the others continue to question whether he can truly deliver in the biggest moment. Regardless of the criticism, the Cowboys organization still has confidence in the Dak Prescott and is working hard to surround him with a more offensive weapon than ever before. CeeDee Lamb remained the biggest star on offense and continued to establish himself as one of the top wide receivers in the entire of NFL team. And in the last season, CeeDee Lamb carried a huge portion of the offense and consistently made a game-changing plays. His chemistry with a Dak Prescott continued to improve, and many analysts believe he could have another monster season in 2026. The Cowboys have also continued strengthening their receiving corps by adding a more depth and versatility around Lamb. George Pickens is the one of the player creating a major excitement because of his incredible athletics, talent, and ability to make spectacular catches. Many people around the league believe Pickens could become one of the breakout stars of the upcoming season if he performs consistently in the Dallas Cowboys. The running game is another important focus on the Dallas Cowboys entering a new season. Dallas believes Javonte Williams can help to bring a physicality and the balance back to the offense. So our coaches reportedly want more balanced offensive system that does not force Dak Prescott to carry the entire offense alone every week. So a Javonte Williams' ability to break tackles and gain a 12 yards could become extremely important in critical situations. Another major priority this offseason has been rebuilding the offensive line. Historically, the Cowboys have been known for having some of the best offensive lines in the football, but injuries, aging players, and inconsistency weakened that unity over the last few years. The organization is now working aggressively to rebuild a strong offensive front capable of protecting a Dak Prescott and improving the running game. Many insiders believe that if the offensive line performs well, the entire offense could become one of the most dangerous units in the NFL. So Dallas has also remained inactive free agencies, continuing to explore veteran additions who could bring a leadership and experience into a locker room. Reports suggest the Cowboys are still monitoring several experienced players who may become available before the season begins. The organization appears determined to add a depth and veteran presence in a key position to strengthen the roster for a potential playoff run. A special team remains another area of the strength for the Cowboys, especially because of Brandon Aubrey, who has become one of the most reliable kickers in the NFL. So Brandon Aubrey played a huge role in several Cowboys victories last season. And thanks to his consistency and the long length accuracy, so many fans were extremely happy when the Dallas decided to secure his future with the franchise. And one of the most encouraging development for the Dallas during off-season workout has been the early performance of the rookie class. A report from inside of the organization indicates that the Caleb Downs has already impressed the coaches with how quickly he learned a defensive system, while a Malachi Lawrence has reportedly displayed explosive athleticism during training sessions. So those early impressions has increased optimism among the fans who believe this rookie class could immediately contribute during 2026 season. Despite all the excitement, there is still enormous pressure surrounding the Cowboys organization. The head coach of the Dallas Cowboys, Mike McCarthy, remains under intense scrutiny because fans expect a really post-season success, not just a regular season win. Many supporters believe the 2026 season could become one of the most important seasons in the recent franchise history because it may determine whether this new direction truly works. As sport media and social platforms debates continue about whether the Dallas finally has the right combination of the talent, coaching, leadership, and chemistry to compete for a Super Bowl championship. Some analysts believe the Cowboys now possess enough young defensive talent and offensive firepower to become a serious contender in the NFL, while others remain skeptical, arguing that Dallas must finally prove itself in high-pressure playoff situations before anyone can fully trust them again. So, still, hope is growing rapidly among the Cowboys fans between the impressive draft classes, the rebuilding of the defense, and the offensive improvement around the Dak Prescott. Their immediate future. At the center of this entire operation stands Jerry Jones, a figure whose influence on a franchise cannot be overstated. Jerry Jones has built his reputation on bold move, aggressive decisions, and the unwavering belief that the Cowboys should always be contenders. Unlike many organizations that embrace a long-term rebuild, Dallas operates with a win-now mentality, and that philosophy is clearly reflected in how they approach the draft. Every pick is not just about potential, it is about an immediate impact. It is about finding the players who can step into a high-pressure environment and delivers results from a moment they arrive. The foundations of the current Cowboys roster is strong, and it begins with a quarterback, Dak Prescott, where a Dak Prescott has been the leader of the team for years, and while his performances have often been impressive and the narrative surrounding him to become increasingly tied to postseason success. The rectangular season consistency is no longer enough. The expectations now is clear. Take the team deeper into a playoff and compete for a championship. Supporting Prescott is one of the league's most dynamic wide receivers in CeeDee Lamb, whose ability to create separations, make explosive plays, and dominate defenses has made him a cornerstone of the offense. Together, they form a partnership that has the potential to be one of the most dangerous in the NFL. But even that is not sufficient, but the right supporting cost. On the defensive side of the ball, Micah Parsons has emerged as a generational talent. And Micah Parsons is not just a linebacker, he is a complete defensive weapon capable of flashing the passer, dropping into the coverage, and disrupting a plays in ways that few players in the league can replicate. His presence alone changes how opposing offenses prepare for the Cowboys. However, the team has recognized that relying too heavily on one player, no matter how talented, is not sustainable strategy. The draft therefore becomes an opportunity to build a defensive unit that complements a person's. One of the most pressing concerns for the Dallas heading into this draft is the offensive line. Once considered the gold standard of the NFL, the Cowboys' offensive line has experienced a gradual decline due to the injuries, aging players, and a roster turnover. Protecting a Dak Prescott has become an absolute priority, not just to maintain offensive efficiency but to ensure the long-term health and effectiveness of the quarterback position. The front office is acutely aware that without the strong and reliable offensive line, even the most talented offense can struggle. As a result, the Cowboys are expected to invest heavily in a lineman who combines a physical strength, technical skills, and the mental awareness needed to adapt a speed of professional game. Beyond the trenches, the Cowboys are also focused on adding a depth and versatility to the defensive unity. The modern NFL demands defenses that can adapt to a wide range of offensive schemes, from a high-powered passing attacks to a balanced run-heavy system. So a Dallas is targeting a player who brings a speed, flexibility, and intelligence to the field, defenders who can cover in multiple positions, react quickly to the changing situations, and contribute in various roles. This approach reflects a broader shift in the team philosophy, one that emphasizes adaptability and strategic depth over a rigid position load. Offensively, the need for additional weapons is another key focus. While CeeDee Lamb has established himself as a true member one receiver, the Cowboys understand that elite offenses require a multiple threat. Defenses have become increasingly sophisticated and relying on a single dominant receiver who can make an offense predictable. By adding another wide receiver with a speed, a tight end who can both block and crouch, the running back who excel in at passing game, Dallas can create a more dynamic and unpredictable attack. This not only helps Prescott but also forces opposing defenses to spread their attention, opening up opportunities across the field. And what makes this year's draft particularly interesting is the way of the Cowboys are blending traditional scouting with a modern analytics. The organization has embraced a data-driven decisions making, analyzing players' performance metrics, injury histories, and scheme fit in a greater detail than ever before. This evolution demonstrates willingness to adapt to the changing landscape of the National Football League, where a success often depends on finding the right balance between intuition and information. It is a sign that the Cowboys are not just relying on their legacy but are actively working to stay ahead of the curve. The pressure surrounding the franchise cannot be ignored. The Cowboys are one of the most recognizable teams in a sport, and with that recognition comes constantly scrutiny. Every decision is analyzed, every game is dissected, and every failure is magnified. For Jerry Jones, the pursuit of another championship is deeply personal. For a Dak Prescott, and the stakes are equally highly, as his legacy as a quarterback will ultimately be defined by a postseason success. For the coaching staff, the expectations is simple but demanding. Deliver result. In this context, the NFL draft become more than just a process of selecting a player. It become a defining moment, a chance to reshape the roster and address a critical weaknesses and build a team capable of competing at the highest level. The Cowboys are not looking for developmental prospects who may take years to reach their potential. They are just looking for a players who can contribute immediately, who can handle the intensity of the NFL, and who can help the team win now. As the draft unfolds, each selection carries a significant weight. A successful picks can strengthen a key area of the roster, while missed opportunities can leave a gaps that opponent will exploit. The margin for error is small, and the importance of each decision is magnified by the team's current position as contender. The Cowboys are close and closer enough to believe that the right addition could make all the difference. Ultimately, the story of the Dallas Cowboys at this moment is one of determination and transformation. They are a team with a proud history, talented roster, and clear objective. The challenge lies on turning a potential into performance, in translating a draft day decisions into on-the-field success, and in providing that they can rise above the expectations that have defined them for so long time. So if those NFL